Hi guys, how's it going? So this is a very different video from what I've been putting out on my channel so far, and this is more of a conversation video I want to have with you guys because as you can tell by this title, I'm talking about a very special series, and this is a series that I tend to put in my top 5 favorite TV shows of all time, and of course I'm talking about Avatar The Last Airbender. I have all 3 seasons right here on DVD, and I was kind of just looking at my shelf, noticing them on there, and I just had an impulse to make a video on this series because this is one of my favorite series that's probably ever been made. I love the world that it has developed, and I love the story of this overall series. So I just wanted to have a little conversation with you guys and actually get a conversation started because I actually want to know how many of you guys are fans of this series. Have you heard of this series? If not, then you are in for a treat because I actually have plans to add this to my channel. So if you guys are a fan, or if you guys aren't even a fan and have thought about checking out the series, hopefully I can get you guys interested in this series so that way more and more people can fall in love for this beautiful, beautiful series that was created by Brian Konietzko and Mike D'Antino. But overall, I just want to talk about how awesome this series is because one thing that I think that this show has different from other shows that came out at the time. The show came out in 2005 and ended in 2008, and it was very different because all of the shows around that time were very episode by episode basis. They didn't have an overarching story, but here comes a show, Avatar The Last Airbender, that was kind of against the mold in a way. It was a show that actually had a planned overarching story, but every episode still had mini episodes. You know, each episode had a story but continued the plot of this whole series because it's a 3-season series. And this thing was planned from beginning to end by the creators, which I think is unprecedented at the time because usually when you have a show that's kind of just episodic, it just goes with the flow. But this show had a clear beginning and a clear end, and it shows within the show, and it shows that how much good quality, how much care, and how much love went into this series because every episode was so well thought out, and it matured as it went on too, which I think was very interesting too because when I first discovered the series, I discovered it when the pilot first aired on Nickelodeon, and that was all the way back in 2005, and I was about to enter middle school. So that just kind of shows that like where I was at the time when I first discovered the series. And this was a show that as soon as I saw it, it reminded me of Dragon Ball Z and Naruto. Those were 2 shows that I was watching when I was a lot younger, and it had that same feel to it, but it also was a show that had different influences within it. It was very American made, but it had influences of Chinese, Japanese, that Eastern flavor added to the show. And it was a show back in the day that would have a show dedicated to learning about the chakras of the human body and actually making it interesting because back when you're small and little, you're just basically looking for the action. Especially for me, I was looking for the action. I was looking for the cool moves because those were the type of series I was into, and this show had it. But now that I'm a lot older and I've actually rewatched this series last summer with my younger brother, and we actually absolutely love this show, I appreciate the show a lot more because this show is a lot deeper than a kid's show. Sure, it's a kid's show, but it's also a show that both kids and adults can appreciate. And especially as I grow up and get older, I actually appreciate the more intellectual, deeper meanings behind each episodes. And it's very interesting too because when I was younger, I gravitated more towards Aang, Katara, and Sokka, the main heroes of our story. But now that I'm a lot older, I find that my favorite characters, my favorite moments come from Zuko and Iroh because I find that their story is a lot deeper and has a lot more meaning and a lot more character development throughout their overall story. And Iroh is one of my favorite characters in any series. I love his quotes, I love how quotable he is, and the knowledge and wisdom that he's able to give not only to his main characters but to everyone that watches this show. And that's why I feel like he's one of the most beloved characters in this series, and that's why he's one of my favorite characters overall. But I think it's a testament to the show as well because not many shows can actually get me emotional. I don't tend to cry a lot or at all when I'm watching a show, but this show has 2 episodes in particular that actually bring tears to my eyes. And just to name the episodes right here, I know that one of them is the Tales of Ba Sing Se with Iroh's story. That one always gets me. It's very emotional. But there's also a moment near the end of the series, spoilers if you haven't seen it yet, but there's a moment between Zuko and Iroh when they first meet, and it actually makes me almost cry a little bit because when you're watching the story unfold and it finally climaxes to this big moment for these 2 characters, it hits me really deep inside, and I don't know why, but it's just a beautiful, beautiful moment within the series. And I think that's another strength to this overall series is the characters that Brian Konietzko and Mike D'Antino created for this show because each character is well thought out. The character development is crazy good for each character, and I think there's a character that everyone can relate to within this series. And I don't think there's a bad character in the bunch within the series. Whether you go from Aang, Katara, and Sokka all the way to the Cabbage Merchant, like every character is just funny. It has a plot to the story, or it's just a gag, and it's just overall funny, excitement, and enjoyable. But I want to keep this video short because I could talk for hours upon hours about how great this show is, but I just want to get the conversation started with this video right here with my current subscribers and anyone else who stumbles upon this video, because I want to know, are you guys fans of Avatar The Last Airbender? And if you guys are not a fan of the show, have you checked it out yet? Have you heard anything about it? Have you actually tried watching the show? Because this is a very good show, and if you have not given it the chance yet, I really recommend that you do. But in the future, I definitely have plans to add this to my channel, whether that be live reactions or reviews. I'm still debating on what I want to do, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to be doing some sort of live reactions with this, and possibly have maybe a guest or two as I watch this, but that's for future plans I have for this, because this is something I definitely want to add to my channel and share with you guys, because I want to share with you guys the stuff that I love and enjoy, and this is probably at the tippy top of that long list. So, like I said, guys, leave comments down below about what it is that you like about the series, and leave your favorite moments within the comments of the series. And if you guys have not checked it out, leave a comment why you guys haven't checked this out yet. Has it just slipped under the radar for you? Is it something that you gave it a try but you just didn't at the time? Let me know in the comments below. And also, if you want to catch any content on my channel and also the future Avatar content I'm going to be adding to this channel, you can just subscribe to get more and leave comments down below and get in contact with me. I love talking about this series, and I look forward to talking to it with you. But I'm going to leave it at that, guys. That's the end of this video. So until you guys see me in my next either Avatar related video or any other content on my channel, I'll talk with you guys later. All right, guys. See you later.